So first of all, I need to get into character. And after the second. So, he doesn't know what's happening. So, the film is about a carpenter from Newcastle, a Geordie, in his late 50s, called Daniel Blake, who has a heart attack at work and is signed off by his doctor because he is not fit to work. His heart is working at about 50% of its capacity. And he doesn't have any income, and he applies for Employment Support Allowance, ESA. And the film opens with him being assessed by somebody from an outsourced contractor, outsourced to the Department of Work and Pensions, to establish whether or not he's eligible for ESA. He's had a heart attack, and he's not a fit man. But anyway, she asks him if he can actually lift his arms above his head. He can. Can he go to the toilet without help? He can. Can he walk more than 25 yards? He can. And he goes through that process. They never ask him about his heart. And sometime later he gets a letter to say that he doesn't have sufficient points to be eligible for ESA. So sorry, you don't get the benefit. If you want to appeal, you can appeal, but the appeal will take you about months. If you can get through to the person you can appeal to. So he has to look at job seekers allowance. There's a clue in the name, isn't there? Job seekers, but he isn't fit to work. But the only way he can get any benefit is to apply for job seekers allowance. So we see him go through this process. The Job Centre Plus. I don't know where the plus came from, Job Centre Plus, do you? But anyway. And how he goes through the ringer, because he doesn't have a computer, but he has to do everything online. How he has to prepare a CV, but he doesn't know how to actually use a computer. And without spoiling the story totally, he does, through his own efforts, eventually get offered a job. But he can't accept it because he's not fit to work. And there's a very, very distressing scene in the film, in a food bank, where a young mother with 2 children hasn't eaten for so long that when she's actually in the food bank, she can't wait to get home, and she goes into a corner and opens a tin of baked beans and eats them, and breaks down because she just can't bear the humiliation and what's happened to her. Daniel, at one point, this is said in the film, "I am not a client, a customer, nor a service user. I am not a shirker, a scrounger, a beggar, nor a thief. I am not a national insurance number, nor a blip on a screen. I paid my dues, never a penny short, and proud to do so. I don't tug the forelock, but I look my neighbour in the eye. I don't accept or seek charity. My name is Daniel Blake. I am a man, not a dog. As such, I demand my rights. I demand you treat me with respect. I, Daniel Blake, am a citizen. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you." So, when we were looking to put this together, Dave said, well, we need a song, don't we? Why don't you go write a song about Daniel Blake and how it affected you? And this was about, I think, in November time, and so Dave said, look, let's do it over Christmas, have a think about it, and then in January we'll get together and we'll write the song. So I went home. The next morning I woke up at 5 in the morning, and I had the first 2 lines in my head. "You took away my dignity and robbed me of my pride. I'm just another scrounger who the Mail has vilified." And then I just thought, well, I started it, so I might as well finish. So it took me half an hour to write this song because I felt so angry. And this was meant to be a 1960s type protest song, Bob Dylan. And so we're very proud to be able to sing this to you today. Another world premiere. The Ballad of Daniel Blake. And one of the challenges was, how can I get a name check for Theresa May Ian Duncan Smith, and Job Centre Plus. Well, as you can see, it weren't difficult. And we're joined on this by Jane. You took away my dignity and robbed me of my pride. I'm just another scrounger who the mail has vilified. They say I'm fit and able now that I've been assessed. That illness was imagined, no, you weren't depressed. And we're just about managing, Jan's my the other name. Number 10 is keen to back us, we will play a little game. We will play a little game. I've joined a growing number who are struggling to survive, putting food upon the table just to try and stay alive. But the choice is never easy, keeping fed or staying warm, when your benefits are sanctioned, when you see another door. So hats off Ian Duncan Smith, the champion of the poor. Take the universal credit for the mess outside your door. For the mess outside your door. The old centre is a nightmare. Think they might have named it wrong, 'cause the jobs are all fictitious, badly paid, they're just gone. But my CV's nicely polished, weekly meeting never missed. Another kicking in the stomach with objections on a list. Oh, you must try harder, you must get an interview, or your benefits will be sanctioned, and we won't be helping you. And we won't be helping you. My benefits are sanctioned, didn't show enough remorse. I'm a food banking